In this video, I'm going to try to tell you everything that you need to know about the HilderAmp headset mic. First thing, it's got a mute switch. So if you're leading music at a church and you quickly got to tell the drummer, hey, listen, make sure you don't play this one too fast, you don't have to find the mute switch on your wireless transmitter. You don't have to get your sound man to mute you. You don't have to rip the headset mic off your head. You just push this button. So that's the first thing. So another thing about the HilderAmp headset mic is the main product is a wired version, and it comes with a 1.5 meter cable connected to the headset. And then I ship it with a 3 meter extension cable. So you plug it in like that, and then you plug the extension cable into the XLR adapter, and this goes into either another XLR cable for more distance, or it can go, straight into the mixing board or a snake. So the reason I did that, the reason I didn't stick a 4.5 meter cable right on the headset is so that when you're performing, if you move around and you happen to step on the cable when you're moving, it doesn't rip the headset off your head. What'll happen is it'll just go like this, just like that. I know you'll hear a pop and your audio will stop, but it's not gonna rip the headset off your head. So I think that's much better. Another thing is this cable. I love this cable. It's super flexible. It has inside of it something that's called Litz wire. It's super fine wires and it's great. And it has a nylon mesh on the outside and it's incredibly strong. It's so strong that you can lift 23 pounds easily with this cable and it won't damage the cable. The cable will break at 33 pounds, but you're not gonna lift 33 pounds with this cable. So those are the first things you need to know. When you get the product, I've already got this one adjusted. When you get this product, it comes with this little screwdriver. And it comes at the maximum distance from your head. So there you go. So when you get the product, it ships like this. What you need to do to get the best sound is put it on your head when you first get it. And if you got a big head, it might be perfect. You want the capsule to be at the side of your mouth, not in front. Because in front you get lots of plosives and like the wind noise from your breathing when you're singing. So if you get on the side, you don't get the plosives. It sounds much better. It's been designed for that. So what you do, so for me, the distance from my ear to my mouth is not very long. So what you need to do is you need to loosen the screw, put it back on, and you know what? It's best to use a mirror. Right now I can see myself when I'm shooting this video, and I can see, well, how far do I gotta move it back? So here, so I need to move it back, and that's pretty good. Now I'm not gonna get plosives. It really makes a big difference in your sound. So make sure you do that. So you move it back, and after you move it back, tighten up the screw. And why did I do it like this? Well, there are other microphones that have longer booms and it's way out here and you're supposed to have this weird bend to the boom. The thing about this thing is when you're performing and you're gonna be belting really loud or you're gonna be doing backup vocals and you need to be a little quieter, you can just go like this. There, now you're not as loud. The thing about those other booms is that it's tricky to get them bent right. So this way you can just go like that and like this. So now, there you go. You can change your level just by going like this. And you'll get consistent, you're gonna get a consistent sound because you're always gonna get it moved to where you need it to be. So that's another reason I designed it like that. Here's another one. If you look at headset mics, this capsule is always at a right angle from here. And that, to me, that's not optimal. Because if you have the headset mic moved so that it's past your mouth, so you're not getting plosives, the capsule is pointing straight into your cheek. So I designed the enclosure for holding the capsule at an angle so it is pointing at the sound source, which is your mouth. And I think this last one is probably the most significant because if this microphone gets widespread adoption especially in the worship market. It's going to improve the sound of so many worship teams. That is the fact that cardioid pattern mics have what's called proximity effect. And I must say, if I go to a big church with like with like 500 people and they've got like a good sound tech, maybe even somebody that's on staff, things sound great. But when you have volunteers that don't have great ears, they don't understand technology, I just so often hear really bad vocal sounds. So this microphone, what I did is I got the capsule. I had a circuit that could use phantom power. I recorded my voice and other vocalists. I brought it into a DAW. I adjusted the EQ, listening to studio monitors, getting it as good as possible. And the EQ that I came up with, I then put in a circuit that goes into this microphone. So when you use this microphone, all your sound tech needs to do is adjust volume. You're going to sound better than you probably ever sounded before, unless you've got a deadly tech, because everyone's voice sounds differently. So some voices, even with this microphone, may need some EQ to, like, maybe somebody are kind of nasally or something like that. So a sound tech can deal with that. But this way you're starting from a completely natural sound. You don't have that proximity issue to deal with because the capsule and the EQ circuitry already deals with that. There you go. So that's the HilderAmp headset microphone, HilderAmp.com. Take care.